Hello. Welcome to class. I'm the only one here today, and that's okay because we're going to be discussing grammar, one of my favorite topics. I know. I like grammar. So basically, I'm hoping someone will come just because then there's a little more interaction and that in class. But for now, what we're just going to do is thank Ken for coming. We're already live, Ken, so hi. Let's give him a second to get in and situated. Ken, you're late today. Ken?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, clear. It's clear here now.
Good. Okay, good. I was worried about that because I've started recording already, and if I have to leave, I can't
Yeah.
really
I'm
communicate.
searching for the Wi-Fi, so once I
Ah,
connect,
okay.
yeah.
All right, perfect. So that's about it. What I'm going to do now is screen share.
Mhm.
Let's just one second. Let me make sure this is all correct and everything first.
Okay.
How are you today, Ken?
Yes. Same old, but it's weather changes very rainy these 2 days.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's supposed to rain
Or
here
yes,
too, and pretty
uh
terrible.
maybe changing of the season now. Yes. So weather
Okay.
pattern is not so stable.
Interesting. I know that it's Ooh, there's a fly in my house. I wonder if my cats will
Oh.
will, will eat it. It's a big fly too.
Oh.
The weather's changing everywhere in the world. I mean, here today it's supposed to rain, and actually, in this exact moment, it's sunny. About an hour
Mhm.
ago, it was super cloudy, just like the rest of the morning. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I don't even know what to expect these days, honestly. It's just a little bit
Yeah.
crazy. So, all right, good. Well, are you excited for some grammar today?
Yeah, because grammar is important to maybe kids can learn language without grammar, but after the language critical period, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
knowing grammar is one shortcut to master correct English. Without
Mm-hmm.
that, my English will be broken. So,
Right. No, it is important, and that's why, it's just we need to um just practice it, but not, I mean, it's important in the fact that if you want to speak really, really well. Um, it's not super, super important if you want to speak more or less. Do you know what I mean?
I
Um,
know.
because as children, we don't learn grammar. Like I said, I didn't
Mhm.
learn grammar until I was like 26 or something. Like, it's not that important.
Mhm.
So, it is important in the fact of, like I said, speaking correctly, building confidence, that kind of thing. But really, it's not the end of the world. So, I mean, today is one of those classes that I love because I love grammar. And
Mm.
hopefully we can correct some common mistakes. That's really what I'm looking to do today. Okay.
Right. Also, it's important to score up the English test, TOEFL, or yeah, many
Mm-hmm.
English tests requires grammar. But at the same time, I want to know the how can I say common usage of English because language is changing all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
yesterday's grammar doesn't guarantee, you know, which means correct today, which
Mm-hmm.
means if the many people began to use the same, maybe long, for example, long time no see, it's grammatically nonsense. But if the many people began to use that, it became more like a standard English.
Mm-hmm.
So also, you are a native speaker, you know such kind of sense. So I'm curious about such sense as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and I think you're absolutely right. I mean, every day new words are coming out. I think we've already discussed hangry before.
Mhm.
Hangry is, everyone has a problem pronouncing hungry. and angry. And actually, what hangry is a combination of the two meanings. You're angry because you're literally hungry. And so now we have this third word, hangry, with hungry and angry. So, like you said, language is changing. And also selfie, the word selfie, like what? Probably, I know 5 years ago didn't really exist.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So you're right. It is always evolving depending on what's going on. So basically, that's about it. So like I said, what I want to do today is take a look at some of these common mistakes. We've done some of these before. And so here I have kind of the number of mistakes that are in here, unless I've made a mistake myself. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to read this sentence, and I'd like you to tell me what you see. If you see something, if you don't, just kind of that kind of thing. So she needs to avoid to start his homework late at night.
Late at night. That's correct. That would be correct.
Yeah, that would be a question. Sorry, I'm just trying to make it bigger so you can only see one sentence at a time because otherwise it bothers me. There we go. Okay, so yes, you're right. This should be at night. Late at. Oh, we'll just do that. Okay, that's one. So now we have two more.
Okay, she needs to avoid starting.
Okay, and why do you think that?
Because some grammar verb requires gerund, so avoid should be the one.
Okay, that's also correct. That's called a verb pattern. Thank you very much.
Then one more. Avoid starting his homework late at night. His homework. She or her. His is not good match.
All right, so what should it be?
Her.
Her homework. She needs to avoid starting her homework late at night. Very good. All right. So basically, like what you said, we have a verb pattern. Okay. Then we had, what is this called? Do you remember?
Pronoun.
Yep. Get a pronoun because this is our subject here. And then homework late at night. So prepositions. Prepositions are always difficult. And that's because we have in with in the morning, afternoon, and evening. But at night is irregular. So that's why that is important. So good. And then as far as verb patterns, just a comment. There's at least 4 types. All right. So we have a verb plus ing, for example. Actually, I'm just going to make a space. Oops. Between this so you can see that. So that's one type. We have a verb plus 2 plus verb. And so those examples could be I like singing and I like to sing, for example. And then we have other ones too. These are the main 2, the 2 most important ones. And it's always this first verb that is going to depend if it's with the ing or the to. However, there's also this other column, which is kind of, you can use either the gerund or the to, and they mean the exact same thing. But then we have another exception in which if you use one specific verb with the next verb in the ing or the next verb with the to plus ing, the to, then they have different meanings. So you do have to be careful. This is a whole class or 2 or 6 classes worth of information. So, just to kind of give you a little information now. All right. So I think we've spoken about all of these. Do you have any other questions?
No, not so far.
Okay. Good. Well, then we're going to go down to this next one. Someone tell me what is happened. So we have 2 mistakes in this one. What do you think?
Someone tell me what happened is not necessary.
Okay. So what
Eh,
should
Someone tell me what happened. No.
So we have a couple
No.
different options, it sounds like.
Someone tell me what is happened. Makes sense, but maybe what is happened by something. It's because it's passive. So what happened sounds good to me. I don't know.
Okay,
What?
so you're saying eliminate is.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone tell me what happened. Tells me someone is
Okay,
tells.
good. And what we can do here, there's actually two things we can do. Someone tells me what happened.
Mhm.
However, this isn't, I mean, this is now in the present simple. The present simple use is
Mm,
for a habit.
okay.
We don't have any extra information here. And so if you say, someone tells me what happened,
Right.
it
Yes.
kind of sounds strange because, what happens maybe in the present simple as well.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is maybe we could change this to told. Someone told me what happened,
Mhm.
and then it would be okay. I mean, but
Okay.
you're also right with the fact that someone tells me what happens every day, for example. Again, because we don't have the context, we don't really know exactly what sentence we should have here or what tense,
Mhm.
but that's okay.
Mhm.
What happened? Someone told me what is happening. Someone told me what is happening because we did
Mhm.
have the verb is at the very beginning as well. And so maybe
Mm,
something is happening right now, but someone told me what is happening like even, an hour ago and it was still happening. So,
mm,
okay. So we have a couple different options depending on the meaning, but in
mm,
general, that was fine.
mhm.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
All right. So now we have this next one. I'm just going to move this down a little bit. Okay, perfect. Can he let me know when is the concert?
If it is a correction mark is necessary. But but the whole sentence is sounds sounds not fine to me. Doesn't sound fine. Can he can he let me know when is the concert? When is the what time is the concert is the concert start?
Okay, well,
When
we
is
don't
the
need
concert? When is the okay? Sorry.
we don't need to add any more words. We need to change some
Okay.
order. That's it.
Can uh, let let should be let is let strange let erase s.
Okay, can he let me know when is the concert? Okay.
Is it
Well,
maybe
there's two errors in this.
okay one more
What happened? I
can
deleted. What is going on with this? Okay, sorry.
okay can he let can he let me know when is the uh, when when is the concert start? Oh no. When mm, can
It's this word, Ken. Let me help you. The word
okay
is.
when the concert when does when the concert when does the concert start?
Mm,
But the can does no. When when is uh when is going to Ooh,
When the
concert.
concert is.
Yeah. But without question mark, is it okay?
Um, can he let me know when the concert is? It's kind of asking for permission. I mean, maybe
Mm,
Thomas knows when the concert is. Oh, can you let me know when the concert is? So I
mm,
also have that information. So no,
okay.
technically to me this is not a question.
Mm,
It's like asking, kind of asking for permission.
okay.
Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Oh yes. Mhm.
All right. So that one was difficult. A lot of people put is here. And I
Mm,
don't know. I mean, they do that. Uh-oh, and it's going to say it wants a question mark. Watch that. It's not a question. We just spoke about that.
mm, I
So I,
see.
again, disagree with ignore with the Word document. Um, it's only because it knows that the sentence is starting with the word can that it should have a
Mm,
question mark. That's what's going on.
okay.
A lot of people put the word is here. When is the concert? I mean, really, when we're saying when, we also need
Mm,
a subject and the verb, although we don't need the complement in this case because we already know what we're talking about. Does
mhm.
that make sense?
Ah yes.
Okay, so that's just a really common, excuse me, mistake in English. So what I'm going to do is go down to this one, right? You ready to move on?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So he is most stressing today that yesterday.
He he is he is he's the most the no,
Okay,
but
actually three. Welcome to human error.
okay. He's the most the most. Is that the one error? He's
Maybe.
maybe. Okay. He's more stressed, not stressing. Stressed.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
one.
Stressed today. That is today, yesterday. Wow. Oh my god, that's confusing. He's 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 more stressed today than more stressed today than yesterday. Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mm,
Very good. He is more stressed today than yesterday.
right.
I mean, at the very beginning, it's he is most stressing today that yesterday. More or less, you have the idea that today he's more stressed than
Mhm,
yesterday. I mean, I think
mhm,
you realize you understand the idea of it, but isn't it funny how just little things? I mean, here in Spain, a lot of people say that for than just because it's the same word in Spanish.
mhm.
Um, so they get that confused a lot. And then them and then and then they don't pronounce their M's and N's very differently.
Same, yeah, same as in Japanese. Yes.
So to
Just
me,
the
it sounds like a
M.
huge difference, and to you, maybe not so much.
Uh-huh, I see.
So
Yeah.
very good. That was pretty good. Are you ready for the next one?
Sure, sure.
All right.
Okay.
I was there 6 times.
I was there 6 times.
There's only one.
6 times? No S?
Why? Six is plural.
Yes. But I don't find the other mistake. I was there. I've been there 6 times.
Well, there you go.
I've been there.
And why are we using have been and not was?
It's because have been expresses experience.
Okay. Yes, and we use the past simple with only basically one something, an action that happened and that has
Mm,
completed.
right. Ah yes, that's the reason why. Mm,
Okay. And so with the past, the present perfect, this is when we work with things that happen more than once. Okay. So it's happened, but also more than one time. And so that's why we can't use a past simple in this case, because it didn't just happen and finish, but it happened and finished multiple times.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, very good. So that was a verb tense. That was a pretty, don't do this to me. I changed all of these already, and now it's coming back. All right. Oh, geez. Stop. It's not all incorrect. Okay, there's 4 mistakes in this. So every day he written to me when I were at the army.
Every day he writes to me, or wrote, which is wrote, because it is past. So this sentence is for past. Wrote to me when I was at the army. I was. Why?
All of the mistakes are popping up everywhere. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so you have 2.
2. Every day he wrote to me when I was at the army. In the army.
Okay, and why are we changing the preposition?
Because at is a specific place or time, not this case.
Okay, very good. We still have one more mistake to find.
Every day he wrote to me when I was in the army. Every day, comma. No, maybe no.
You're in the right area with every day.
Wrote to me. Wrote me without 2.
No.
Wrote to me while I was in the army. While.
No, when and while. When and is fine here. While just gives the fact of like the continuation, the continuity. What's that word? Duration. Of when you were in the army. But the when is in the army is fine, because we're really looking at the past simple here with wrote and was. So we're so when works here, but every day is your what you're kind of looking for.
Every day? Is that a
That's
wrong
a
word?
mistake. Yep, there's something there that isn't correct.
Every day should be separate.
Yeah.
Every and day.
It
Really?
should
Okay.
be. Why? Come on, there's space.
I see. Okay, it's not a one word. I got it. Yeah, that's
Do you have any idea why?
Because every day means every single day, so it's not a good one word, probably.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's right that it's not correct, but I still don't know exactly why. I mean, I know exactly why. Basically, oops. Let me go. Let's just do this. So every day together is an adjective. I don't want to do that. Adjective. Why isn't this working? Oh, connecting the printer. What? I don't even know what that was. My printer's not even on. That's weird. Okay, so I have everyday chores to do in the morning. Morning. For example. And we're gonna go back up. Okay, so you can see that. And then every day separate is a time clause. It's telling us when something's happening. So I have housework to do every day. Oops. Does that make sense?
Yes. If it is adjective, it should be one word, but if not, it should be separate. Should be separated.
Exactly. This is also another very common error in English. So very good. Other questions?
No, I got it now.
Okay, good. And then I'm going to move down officially. So if we had time, we will go shopping in the mall.
If we had time, we will go shopping. We would go
Why are you changing the modal verb?
because it's conditional.
Okay. And why can't we have will in this part? Because it's also modal verb.
I think I forgot what type of conditional,
Ken,
but
that's not right.
uh,
I sent you a
it,
document.
because it's hypothetical. I think it wouldn't happen. That's the
Yes.
reason why. Yes.
Right. They're saying, oh, if we had time, but we don't have time, we would go shopping in the mall. All right. Well, let's find the second mistake first, and then we'll talk about this type of conditional.
Okay. If we had time, we would go shopping in the mall. To the mall, not in.
Okay. Well, I agree that it's not in, but I don't agree with to. To represents movement. So you say we would go to the mall, but not in this case.
Go shopping.
What did you say before? With let me just go back to the first one. She needs to avoid starting her homework late at night. I said that at night.
At the mall.
Yeah, because at night is actually irregular. And so when we use at, what does at as a preposition of place represent?
At is a specific place. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's what we're talking about. We're at the mall. Like I said, if we want to use go, I'm going to the mall, for example, then this preposition to represents movement. So you're going from your house, probably, or work, or someplace to the mall. You're moving. Okay. Where are you? I'm at work. You're not moving. You're at a specific place.
I see.
Okay. Does that make sense? Any questions?
Yeah, makes sense. It's kind of difficult sense to master for non-native speakers.
Exactly. It is. It absolutely is. And that's okay. And I just want to add something else. I'm going to eat lunch at, let's say, 2:00, for example. We have I'm going to and I'm going to. But these prepositions, the to is they're different. Can you explain the differences?
Okay, I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to it's be going to is a plan.
Yes, it is. And so in this to, it's actually the infinitive because we have I'm going. This is conjugated. And then we need the verb infinitive because we can't have more than two verbs, conjugated. Okay. And in this case, it's like I said in the beginning, it's a preposition about movement. Okay.
Right.
Questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Next, let's move up. What happened here? That's quite strange. Oh no. What happened? How did what? What if I copy and look, it just reappeared. Okay, I don't know what happened or how. but there we go.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll move that one down. And we just passed at the bank.
We have just passed. Past. I don't know the past participle or past. Yeah, I think it just happened. It just happened. So, present perfect is proper for this sentence.
It is proper for this moment. This is one of the differences between American and British English.
Mhm.
As an American, I would use the past simple because the action has stopped. What the
Mm.
British do is they use the
Mhm.
present perfect with just as, this form of
Uh-huh.
speaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, I mean, as it was, I mean, have is optional, let's just say. And with the verb pass, past, the second and third columns, the past simple and the past participle, are the same. However, this is not spelled correctly. It sounds good, but it's not spelled correctly.
Ah, past, past.
Any idea?
Oh, I lost. So the spell is like this, but past.
Lost. There you go.
Right. Yeah. T sound. Yeah. Okay, I got it. T sound
Exactly.
like sometimes T
Mm-hmm.
past.
And so past and past sound exactly the same, but they're not. Okay, this is used for the past as in history or something like that, okay? Or past simple.
Yes.
All right, so that was one of the corrections. I mean, and have is optional, so that's not a correction that's counted here, or a mistake, I should say. So we're still looking for another mistake.
Should be at.
At?
Past. Yeah.
We need to have at?
Really need. We we just passed at the bank. At the bank without that.
It's something else we need to eliminate.
At, hmm? So at, I think at is wrong. Past.
We have just passed the bank is
Ah,
correct.
okay. No
Okay.
preposition.
Right. We don't need, because past, in this case, it gives us that sense of movement already. So in this case, we don't need a preposition. And that's it. Okay. Good. All right. Then moving on here. Hold on. I don't. Okay. So Sally told me that she want going to Scotland.
Sally told me without you
Thank you.
that she want she wants she want to go to told me she wanted she wants she wants to go to going is the go should be go and after two after want to
Is
one
that it?
two three
Well, actually, I mean, you
but
technically only changed going to go. So to me, that's one mistake.
want want or wanted.
Oops.
Okay, want
And what's the
want
difference? What if,
want mhm.
yeah,
Ah,
no, go ahead.
want she's still wanting to go to Scotland, but wanted she wanted to go to Scotland in the past, not now.
I'm going to agree and disagree with your statement. Okay. Basically, if you say once, I mean, do you know what kind of tense this is or where this comes from? What it is?
The word origin.
No, the kind of the verb tense or grammar in this.
Grammar. Present, simple present.
Present simple. Yes, it is. And what about the whole sentence? Sally told me that.
Okay, it should be past. So wanted is proper.
Okay. So this is actually reported speech is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
So we have Sally told you, because me represents you in this case, and now you are telling me or vice versa. So when we have reported speech, we have three people involved. We have the first person who actually says the information to another person. That person, who's person two, tells person three, a completely different person, what Sally said. Okay, if that can make sense. So basically, we can use both of these verb tenses in the present or in the past simple. Why? Because once, if I just talked to Sally, I said, Sally told me she wants to go to Scotland. Okay, well, that means it just happens. It's a recent action. It's still true. It's still in the present. But maybe if I spoke to Sally yesterday, then I'm going to have to use this one, the past simple. So Sally told me that she wanted to go to Scotland. She still wants to go. It's just that she told me yesterday. So now I have to say it in the past tense.
Okay.
Does that help?
Ah, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
So, if the Sally told me about that today, it should be want.
Right. It can be in the present or it could be in the past too, because the action of her telling you stopped.
Okay.
So
That's
when we're, I mean,
complicated.
if you really, yeah, it is. But if you really want, if you're really not sure, use it in the past.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, all right. Well, good. I'm glad that you can learn some new information here. Hello, Con. Nice to see you today. We can hear you, so if you do talk, we will hear you. We're working on grammar today, and so we're just talking a lot about different tenses and things like that. So our next sentence is, he got a lot of presents of his birthday. Okay, so we have three mistakes in this sentence. Con, if you want to answer, you can also answer. Any questions or anything? Ken, do you want to answer?
Ah, yes. He got S
Okay, yep, that's good. Why?
because it's past. So S is not necessary.
Exactly. Okay, good. So, Con, I've just muted you. There's a lot of static there. So he got, yes, that's true, because the S is only for the present simple third person. So that's not with he.
Yes.
All right, so he got a lot of presents of his birthday. Other things to correct here.
On his birthday. On.
Thank you. He got a lot of presents on his birthday. Sure, on or even for his birthday, depending if you're saying which day you're referring on his exact birthday, the day he was born, or for his birthday, we would say that's the reason. So you can use a different preposition, but it has a different meaning. Okay.
Right.
All right, good. And one more word.
Present, not presence.
They sound exactly the same.
Present.
He got a lot of presents on his birthday. No, literally, they sound exactly the same. And so that was something I wanted to play with today, because we have spoken about homophones and homonyms and, all these different things. So it's now at the point that we should be recognizing these kinds of things. So fantastic. Any other questions? That was 3. The S, presence, was incorrect, and the preposition.
No, thank you.
Okay. Now we're moving down. And I'm going to move this down a little here. Okay. So I was told I need to go to the shop at 2.
Mm, okay. I was told I need to go to, not erase one or.
Which one?
Go after the girl.
Okay, yep, that's correct.
Go to the shop at 2. I was told. I was told I need to go to the shop at 2. Hmm. Told, passive told something strange to me in this sentence. I was told. No, not that word.
Well, I mean, the passive in this case, what's the most important is not the person who told you that you had, need to go to the shop, but it's the action. And so actually the passive here is okay. I was told. Someone told me, but that person
Hmm.
is not important. So the passive here is okay.
Hmm. I need to go to the shop at 2 o'clock.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, this represents 2 o'clock, and that's fine. And we understand that. So we really don't need any more information
Hmm.
there. And I will try, and I'm going to help you because I'm a little confused as well. I can't remember why. I think this is supposed to be needed. I was told I
Ah.
needed to go to the shop at 2, but this is basically the same as the one before. This is also reported speech. However, we're using the passive here.
Mhm.
Okay, so kind of I need to go to the shop. Maybe it's before 2 o'clock right now, or if you want to say that someone told you yesterday that you had to go to the shop, then we can use needed in the past.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
lots of twos here. And I just want to point out that this needed to go, this is also a verb pattern. It's also called a modal verb. It's one of the modal verbs that actually uses the preposition to, then the verb. Okay. And then, as I said before, to is also used for movement. So that's what this is. This preposition is movement because you're going from wherever you are to the shop. You're moving. And then this is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I didn't add anything else to make it more confusing.
Mm.
All right. So any questions?
So how native speaker pronounce this a lot of true sentence?
We don't really. I needed to. We would probably say that I needed to go to. We wouldn't say so many two. I needed to go to the shop at 2. I
I need to
needed
go
to
to
go at the shop to the shop. Yeah.
I need to go to I need to go to I need to go to the shop at 2.
Yeah, I needed to go to the
Ah,
shop at 2.
I
I mean,
see.
your tongue literally goes up and down probably 3 or 4 times so quick. I needed to go to the shop at 2. I needed to go to the. I mean, you're not really pronouncing it, so yeah.
I need to go to the shop at 2. Okay. Yeah.
Good.
This sound change also difficult for listening. Sometimes sounds
Oh yeah.
unexpectedly change. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I absolutely understand. I know there's sometimes that I will say something to someone and realize I spoke in English and I said it so quickly that they didn't even understand it was a word. And I thought, wow, that was really just like a noise. It actually, there were no words there. So, yes, this is the part of, being in a native situation that makes
Mm.
life more difficult. All right, good. Well, let's move on. Let me just make some extra room here. So the sun rises every morning.
Sunrise is I think it's a raise and rose.
What?
Rises. Sun rises every every and morning should be separated.
Okay,
It's
yep.
not a
Every
long
morning
word.
should be separated, and we'll take out the A for this. So the sun rises every morning. Raise is a little different. I
Right.
think raise is like when you have control over it and rise isn't, or something like that. It's a very small difference, but different verb.
Raise, raise your hand. The sun rises.
Right.
Yes. Right, right. Yes.
All right, good. Well, let's get one more in here because we're almost at the end of the class today. So, yeah, so this one, it could have one or two errors depending. So, the staff was trained yesterday at 2 p.m. I don't like this sentence. I'm not seeing really anything.
Yeah, I think staff should be with staff.
No,
No,
staff is fine.
the staff was trained yesterday at 2 p.m. Yesterday at 2 p.m.
The only thing I can think of is staff. In American English, we're going to use the third person singular. I know in other, I think in England and other countries, they say that staff is like people, because it's
Mhm.
more than one person. So this is what, a plural
Mhm.
noun, but in a
Okay.
singular form because it doesn't have an S. And
Mhm.
so some people would say the staff were trained yesterday. The staff was. So to me, this sounds okay with was, but were is also an option here depending on what English you speak, I
Okay.
suppose. So that could be one. And the other one, I just don't know. I'm not seeing it. The staff was trained yesterday at 2 p.m. Was trained yesterday. We could just say, we could eliminate the verb to be. The staff trained yesterday at 2 p.m. I'm most thinking it's the at, either that or it auto-corrected itself. So,
Mm.
do you see anything else that you want to talk about?
No, yesterday at 2 p.m. But it's a bit strange. Yesterday at 2 p.m. That's it.
I
Doesn't
was
sound
wondering,
fine to me.
the staff
Mhm.
was trained at 2 p.m. yesterday. I thought about that too, because we always use our time clauses at the beginning or
Yeah.
the
Yes.
end. So
Yes.
you say yesterday the
Right.
staff was trained, but then we don't really need the at 2 p.m. It just, okay, well, yesterday is the most important part, so we're saying yesterday. So
Mhm.
I don't know. It does sound strange.
Mhm.
Staff was trained yesterday at 2 p.m. We'll just eliminate this. The staff was trained yesterday.
That's more natural. Sounds more natural.
Perfect. Oops, yesterday. Well, we'll do that then. So, well, that's basically it for today. We're at the end. So I'm just going to stop screen sharing. Next class, I will tell you on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about dinner meetings. So basically, we'll talk about some vocabulary at the table and then other kind of
Mhm.
small talk topics that we can talk about for business settings. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for the good discussion. And you did pretty good today, Ken.
Oh, thank you.
And that's it. So enjoy your day. Hopefully, it's sunny like it is for me at the moment. But
Oh,
that will probably change later. So
yeah. Have a
fantastic.
nice day. Have a nice
Thanks,
day.
you too. Bye. Bye bye.